What's up YouTube? My name's Quickie, welcome back to the channel. I'm not doing anything on the bike today. Today I'm sorting out the shot blaster. It's not a very good one. Well no, it is good. However, it does have a few issues and I'm getting them sorted because it's doing my crust. Let me show you what I mean. Right, so this is the shot blaster and also this is the problem with it. It's a really good little blasting cabinet actually. It's a fair old size. You've got a decent viewing area at the top, viewing window. It does have lighting in it, it does have porting on it, blah blah blah. And the door is on the side, so you can actually get some quite big, like a fuel tank will go in there easy. Only trouble is, essentially you're blasting compressed air into what is supposed to be a sealed box, but it ain't really sealed, not that well anyway. But you're blasting air in there, like 100 pounds of pressure. And it just forces its way out of anywhere. It'll kind of leach out around all the joins and seams, so anything where anything's bolted to it, it'll find a way out there. There is a rubber seal around the door, it finds its way out there. It's, you know, look, you can see what I mean, and there's a dirty great pile of it down the back. So, what I want to do is do a couple of upgrades on it. It does have a light in there. It is one of them transformer jobbies. So that lasted like 5 minutes. But it's also black. So it's black on the inside as well. And you can't see anything without a light in there. So I need to sort something out. I need to sort out some sort of filtration system. I need to stop all this dust going everywhere. Because working in it is just... So, first things first. Let's have a tidy up. Oh yeah, it's black. It is black. God, the muck is unreal. My little Henry Hoover here, I've had to empty it already once, just cleaning all this stuff up. It was all piled up down the back, got this galley down the back here, that was chock-a-block full. It's just rotten. And I hate working in a mess. I can't do it. Right, can we see through there? It's a bit scratched up, isn't it? Oh, it could just be the plastic on the inside. We'll have it out and have a look-see. Right then, okay, so the lighting is rubbish. Don't you see, let me show you. Right, I'm not sure how much of this you're going to see. You see the light up there? Up the top? Yeah, that's pants. That don't work. So we're just going to do away with it. I've got some other lighting that I'm going to shove in. I'm not sure how well it's going to cope to this sort of environment, but we'll give it a go, eh? Give it a bash and see what happens. Also want to do something about this viewing bit. You see, you get this sticky on plastic stuff which frosts over. You can actually see through the window. You can't really see through that, and it's just to protect this plastic viewing glass. It does work sort of to a point. Fella next door, he took to duct taping a piece of glass over it, which eventually does frost up, and you do have to change it, but it lasts like 20 times as long as one of these Mylar film things. So we might be going that route, but I've got loads of them left, so that isn't really a priority. What I do need to get sorted is have that lighting out, put some different lighting in, and then I need to sort out the filtration system. So that's going to be the main bit. Right, lighting. Don't really see the point of having a light inside, because it's just, I know it's out of the way and stuff, but there was a fella online who, oh hello, that's mucky as hell. I'm just cutting it off. Hang on. Ooh. Ugh, there we go. So it's just a strip light, basically. The transformer's knackered. The strip light is probably all right, and I could just swap it out and change it, but this thing gives off like 1 candle power. It's rubbish, so I'm not having that. What I've got coming is a little sight light. So you know, the little work lights, just a flat one. I'm just going to stick it on the glass. That will shine in there, and all the lighting's on the outside, out of the dustiness. So that'll be fine. That'll be happy days. I'll just need to bung them holes up. What have I got? Right, so on the side here, you've got a an outlet. So this normally just goes to your filtration system or a Henry Hoover vacuum cleaner or anything like that. Trouble is, if you just duct tape a Henry Hoover on it, like what I did, and had a go at doing that, Henry gets bunged up quick as hell, like really fast. The filter in it can't really deal with it, and you're just going to end up cooking Henry, and he won't thank you for it. So off here we are going to put some sort of filtration system, and it turned up the other day. Let me show you. Right, so this is it. What else is in there? Anything else? Right, okay, so this is it basically, a cyclone, and it costs like 15 quid off eBay. Just do a search for cyclone dust collector and you'll see loads of these things pop up. Moulded piece of plastic, there's no moving parts to it. Can you see in there? I'll see if I can get some pictures, but essentially there is this top tube comes down the middle, and this tube kind of goes around like that and then opens out into the main chamber. So the idea is that you stick this on some sort of dust collector. I have chosen a bucket. This is what the shot blasting media came in. So that'll do is my dust collector. That bolts on top of it. Hole that fits in, obviously. And Henry's hose that does the sucking goes in this bit. Is it that bit? Yeah, Henry's hose goes in that bit. And off here you have another hose that goes to that port I just showed you on the side of the shot blaster. And that's it basically. So it generates a vacuum, draws air out of the shot blasting cabinet through this hose, and it sets up a cyclone inside. So the heavier dust particles fall into your bucket out this hole, and then the air that's being drawn out comes out of here into Henry and out his rear. That's it, simple as. How hard can that be, eh? Right. Do I bother reading the instructions? No. Oh, you can get different sorts of adapters and all sorts of stuff. All right. Okay. Well, we haven't got any of them because I didn't know that they did them. So I've got a mate called Matt who I work with. He's got into his 3D printing. You might even see him actually. because I think he's going to drop them off at the workshop. But he's just 3D printing me up an adapter that will fit on here, which is 56mm, and it will go down to a 32mm, 33mm Hoover hose. So that will just plug straight on. Job's a good one. These do go inside, just. But we really ain't gonna have any need for these because they're the wrong flaming size anyway. Right, let's drill some holes in this then. Hey? Oh, blinding! Hang on. Shut him off for a sec. So it just turned up, is it? Oh, get on! Get on! Well, I've pretty much done the top plan. We got a special delivery. This lot came from Kenny Cack. Look at that. This is for the shotblaster. Yes, that's gonna do. Right, let's get my hands off. Kenny was watching one of the other videos when I was going on about the shotblaster and doing an upgrade to it, and he goes, "Oh, I've got loads of this hose you can have. It's just getting in the way." So I thought, "Oh yeah, blinded." I asked for 4 meters of it. I'm pretty sure if he still had hold of the other end of this, we could talk to him through here. There's tons of it. What a gem. He wouldn't take it, he wouldn't let me pay for it. He wouldn't let me pay for the postage for it. He just sent it off his load. Just unreal. The man is an absolute legend. What diameter is that? Please be 32 or 33. Yes, that'll do. And I also got this as well, which I'm hoping is the light. I'm hoping. Yes, it is. Awesome. Basically, it's just a work light. So it's an LED rechargeable jobby. You know, just plug it into a USB. Apparently, they're quite bright when it's charged. I need to charge that up. But the idea with this, I don't want to put lighting in the shotblaster, just because the other one got completely mullered. It's all like frosty, and you couldn't, you know, it just wasn't putting out a great deal of light. However, this is basically flat. I can stick that on the surface of the glass on the outside, just at one end, and it's 4K lumens or whatever it is. Is it lumens? I think it is anyway. But I needed a little torch, and it's got like a torch on it and stuff anyway, just for working on the bikes. But I can plonk this on top of the shotblaster, see everything that's going on inside, and it ain't going to get covered in blasting media and monkeyed with, basically broken. So happy days on that one. I want to see how bright it is. Where does that go? There we go. Is that it? No, other way around. Yes. Right, let's get you charged and then we can see how bright you are. See if that one works. This is really cool though, Kenny. Thank you ever so much for that. It's yeah, he just offered it off his own back. Like I say, he wouldn't let me pay for it or anything else. He sent it down off his own back as well, and just, yeah, I mean, look how much there is. I'm gonna have the longest Hoover hose on the planet. Thank you ever so much, mate. I really do appreciate it. That is diamond, just the job. Right then, Matt's just been down. He's just dropped off my connectors for me. He 3D printed these. I think he candid them up on Auto Fusion 360 or something. It was something like that. I think he's got that and SolidWorks, but he ain't used SolidWorks in a while, so he just did it in this other one. And they've come out a treat. I said, I don't care how rough and ready they are. I really don't give a monkeys. So he's just printed them out quick. The finish ain't great, but it's solid. It ain't going to go anywhere. So with a little bit of luck, one of them is going to fit on like that. Get on. Oh, they are snug. And that one can go on there. Make sure that's all buttoned down. And this one is going on the side of the cabinet, and we just need to route a few hoses and give it a bash. And we'll test it out, shot blasting the folding pattern. How cool is that? Everything's coming together on the same day. Right, so he's going on there. There we go. Like that. Then Jubilee clip onto here. Come on. That goes on like that. He can live down the back there. Out of the way. So I just need a bit of hose to go to Henry. Yeah, a bit of hose off there to go at Henry. Henry's going to live in here, and it will just eject out the side door, and if I need to run a hose off the outlet to outside, then I can do. Right, so how much am I going to need? Not a lot really. Not a lot at all. Right. Right, so I'm having to use the dirty old Henry Hoover hose as a bit of an adapter, because this new hose that Kenny sent through is a tiny bit smaller in diameter. I think we're going to be all right here though. So what's the easy way to do it? Let's do that one, I suppose. So that goes on the top. This goes on Henry. Like that. I'll power lead one down the back for now. I'll plug in there. He's all down. Right, so that should be us sorted. Henry can poke his nose out the back door. So if there is anything that comes through, it's just going to get ejected out there. Turn my light on. Ow. That'll just sit on top. Oh, that does it a treat, look. Even with the glare of the skylights, I can still see in there, which is sweet. So I just need to put another plastic film on the inside and we can give it a bash and see what it's like. I don't know why I'm bothering, it's going to get covered in crap in a minute. Alright, so peel the stickies off. And these are really awkward to put on, especially with an end opening cabinet like I've got. Because if you don't get it square, and it all goes off to one angle, you ain't getting it back again. Right, that'll do. Come on, out there. Yes. Right. I think we're in. Aha! Well, actually, let's have this intake off. Get a bit of a draft going. Right. Well, actually, before I do, let me show you what's what. Right, so there's the output. So basically, through that little 3D printed connector down the hose, and it goes into the side vent, this one here at the back, that one there, and then Henry Hoover is connected to this one. So all it's doing is drawing vacuum up through the bottom, and it's just generating a cyclone basically. I think that's the way around they go. I'm gonna have to check that, but I think that's the way it goes. I'm sure it is. That makes sense in my head. And then Henry over here, the hose just plugs straight into him, and his blowy out end is sticking out the door. So that's it. In here, you can see if I just look on here, that's the skylight that you can see, just reflected from up there, which is a massive pain. So although you can see stuff that's in there, it's not amazing. If we turn the light on and stick that in there, you can see it does brighten it up, and because it's flat, you know, there's no reflection or light bleeding out of it. All the light is just going into the cabinet. So although it still looks a little bit dark and dingy in there, it's a damn sight better than it was before. Right, let's give it a go. Right, genuinely I am loving this. It's a bit of a stupid thing to be shot blast anyway, because it only just fits in, so you can't spin it around and get to all the bits and pieces that you want. However, what I'm finding is this works well. Wow. So that works quite good, and if you look up here, there is a tiny bit of dust coming out, but bugger all compared to what it used to be like. Do a bit of shot blasting and the whole of the workshop would be foggy and cloudy. But here is like the tiniest layer of dust, and that's it. So it's definitely stopping an awful lot of that, and it all seems to be coming out like where there's a join. You know, so this bit bolts to that, and it's got some of that foam stuff between it. So what I might end up doing is just like silicone sealing it together or something, I don't know, something like that. The piece of plastic, the mylar or acetate or whatever it is, it's just as junk as it was before, because the shot basically hits into it, so it kind of frosts, and it also, you know, the dust is sticking to it in some areas. And if you go to wipe it off with your hand that's in there, then of course that's covered in grit and it just puts big scratches in it. As far as the extraction goes, like I say, I mean, there's no fog in here at all. It does still fog up in here, but then you're blowing around shot blasting media at like 100 pounds of pressure. As soon as you stop, within a second, it's clear. Like totally clear. I've took the intake off, which was this covers an intake at the back, and it's just a hole that goes in, but on the inside there's like a box that covers it, and it goes all the way down to the bottom, and then there's a slot at the bottom, so you get air coming in here and the hoover taken out of that one, so you do get that through draft. With this in place, it don't really work so well, so that has to go, but it works, and it works a treat. Let's see how we did. Yeah, so it all just falls out when you open the door. The other good thing is you haven't got the light encroaching on it either. So tall stuff, you know, you're not bashing into the light every time it comes out. Ordinarily, I would have had to pull this out, have a look at all the bits that I missed, and then stuck it back in and have a guess at where they are. But basically I've been able to hit it all apart from this bit, which I couldn't get to because I couldn't twist it and get the gun around to that side. All the rest of it though done in one hit. So I'm well happy with that. Really cheap upgrade, but worth doing. Right, really cheap upgrade to do, but so worth it. So worth it. I mean, when I first got the cabinet, I just plugged it into an airline and used it, and it does work. It does work, you know, it's a nice size, decent viewing area and all that other kind of stuff. It's just, it's lacking in these other areas. So sticking a filtration system on it, I already had the hoover. You know, I mean, I think I've got the hoover, well, I think I got that from Screwfix. It's like 25 quid or something. It's like the cheapest one I could get. I didn't need anything mega, I just needed a hoover basically. But I tried plugging that into the output port and just using it as was. And it does come with a bag. The bag just gets full in no time, and as soon as you try to empty it, that's it, it just falls apart. It is a wet and dry hoover, so you can run it without the bag. You just put like this foamy thing over the motor. But the grinding dust, or the shot blasting dust, just cakes it up and it just gets everywhere. So I had to make it a little bit easier, just for Henry, if nothing else. But one of those little traps, it's literally just a moulded piece of plastic, that's all it is. If you do a search for cyclone dust extractor, you'll see them, and there's loads of different ones. I didn't realise you could get all the different connectors, so I probably didn't need to get Matt to CNC me those three up. But I didn't see them linked anywhere, and if you just do a search for tube reducers or pipe reducers, I couldn't get the right sizes. But no, it works a treat. I've had a look in the bucket, there is a bit in there, so it's definitely doing its job. And it's just going to be so much nicer to use from now on. Anytime I used it before, you come away and you're absolutely black, you're covered in the stuff. a couple of videos of Steve-O looking decidedly grubby. But yeah, so the unit itself is about 15 quid. I don't know how much the connectors go for. They're not included. You just get those standard slippy in ones, which means you can't use that Hoover hose. You'd have to use something bigger, but there's plenty of draft. Well worth doing, I think. So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video. I've got another video coming out all to do with Brenda. I was going to put it in on this video, but last night I was doing some of the editing and the video just could be too long because I've been waffling again. So that'll be a separate video and that'll be out real shortly anyway. And then Steve-O's down at the weekend, so we're sorting the bike out. We're carrying on with that. Tons of stuff coming up, loads of stuff coming up. So hopefully we'll keep you entertained, eh? But anyway, thank you ever so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. And we'll see you again next time. Laters.